We are living in a very connected time today. Never before have we had so many telephones and devices in our lives as we do now. Almost everywhere, there are fields of wireless signals. And very soon, there won't be any place these signals can't reach. How do these wireless signals affect our surroundings? Our animals, our plants, our children, our generations to come. My name is Jolie Jones, and I have personally been affected and experienced electromagnetic hypersensitivity. Growing up, I could have never imagined something like this happening to me. I am the daughter of Quincy Jones. I have spent most of my life in the limelight and on the front lines of activism with dozens of A-list recording artists by my side. I had a huge life. I always felt I could do anything. 9 years ago, my life took a drastic turn, and that all ended overnight. As a result of these fields of wireless signals, I was forced into being a refugee from the modern world. 7 years. For 7 years. I am not the only one. I think it's time to bring these issues to the general public. I have come to Stockholm to talk with one of the world's leading experts in this field. His name is Olle Johansson. This very important study that the U.S. National Toxicology Program just put out in June, I think is going to be a tipping point in public awareness, and I'm really interested in what your take is on that.
It's a sensational discovery in the sense that they have spent $25 million and worked for 16 years, and now showing that rats that are exposed to wireless telecommunication like mobile phones and similar things get cancer. And there are two types of cancers, some brain tumors and also heart tumors. The latter is called schwannomas. And it has been a huge debate whether mobile phones and tablets do cause an increase in cancer incidence, and this proves it beyond any doubt.
Are some people more susceptible to wireless exposure than others?
That's a very good question. It could be like that human beings would be more susceptible than, for instance, other animals. For instance, rats and cockroaches are known to withstand radiation effects much better than human beings. It could mean that more than 3%, which was shown for the rats, will get cancer in the human population. But if we say they are equally sensitive, it still means in the coming years that we may see a panorama of 150 million extra cancer cases in the world.
So what are some of the symptoms that people, like me, complain about to you that you hear every day?
It mostly starts with problems from like eyes, skin. Later on you can have concentration difficulties, headaches, sleep problems, short-term memory losses. And all of this has actually been replicated in controlled peer-review-based scientific publications showing that if you are irradiated, all of this will actually happen. So persons that have this oversensitivity, were actually right. From the beginning they were very much doubted, but it has been shown that they were right. And then of course you can get problems from other organs like heart palpitations, breathing problems, pricking pain, etc. Of course you need to look out for this, and before you throw away your mobile phone or computer or tablet, please do visit your physician, and especially at the university clinics you can rule out so that there are no other treatable diseases actually.
And what about children? How does it affect kids?
The most common call or email I would get would be from a concerned father or mother asking the simple question, are these gadgets, mobile phones, tablets and so on, are they safe for my kid? And I cannot lie, I have to say no, they are not. And the most telling evidence for that is that the world's insurance companies, all of them, have abandoned ship. 10, 15 years ago, they said, no, we will not pay for any health consequences of telecommunication devices.
Speaking of that, Dr. Melnick, in response to the NTP study, had a quote. He said, "In my view, a pediatrician would be acting irresponsibly if he or she knew and understood the implications of the human and animal cancer data on cell phone radiation and did not offer precautionary advice to the parents of his or her patients." That's quite strong.
It's very strong, and it's exactly saying what I've said for decades. And I agree to 100%. And I'm just surprised that our society, including parliament, government, health authorities, citizens, parents, etc., that they are so quickly willing to expose their kids to things that in laboratory experiments has been very detrimental to life. But it's not the most horrifying effect that has been shown. Quite the contrary. The most scary effects that we have seen are impacts, for instance, on the immune system, on nature as such, including plants and insects and other animals, and of course, the very scary effects on fertility, meaning that maybe if you come back in 150, 200 years, there won't be anyone to interview any longer. I think that's a very crucial tipping point, as you said. People need to stand up and do something, and people are. Especially in our neighboring country, Norway, they see this crisis, if you call it like that, as a potential platform to build tomorrow's green, human-friendly technology. And that's smart, you know, to just sell all these gadgets once more, but without these unnecessary side effects, will probably make Norway richer than Japan ever was. When I give lectures, I always tell people, don't trust me. You have to go back and look at the sources with a very critical mind. Read more, and put the data together. And if you arrive at the same conclusion as the insurance companies and the manufacturers, then you won't use it. And we are talking about peer-review-based scientific studies, many of which have been replicated and replicated and replicated. And the question for mankind, and especially people in power like parliaments, governments, health authorities, how many times do they need to see the evidence on the table?
JolieTalks.com. Tell two people to tell two people.